Hey yo, what is up? I reached out to Glorious and I asked them to send me a review unit for the new Model D2 Pro, and they of course politely said no. So I did the next best thing and I got myself a used Model D, which is the older model before the D2 Pro, which is out now. And damn, $40 package deal. This came with a $10 extra-fi mouse pad and a $30 Model D mouse. It looks like it rolled out the factory floor yesterday. Now the Model D weighs 69 grams, but it feels like 100 grams. It feels heavy with its current feet. Now it's not like this feet isn't good, but you know, this is a 69 gram mouse, nearly 70 grams, so it's gonna feel heavy compared to the other shit that I have. It does come shipped with extra feet like pads, and what they do is you add them onto your current setup and it turns your feet into more like huge pads. It makes those corner feet become basically large PTFE pads. But with my experience, I found that if you want to make big heavy mouses feel like 55 gram mouses, you need to use Tiger Ice dots. Example, this Ponage is 72 grams and it feels really light compared to the Model D. You can see from the spin test, this doesn't really want to spin, while the Tiger Ice dots spin fairly easily. So what I'm going to do is swap out these corner feet to some Tiger Ice V2, and then we will continue this review. Okay, we're back, and I really put on a lot of hours into this mouse. Actually, it's been 3 weeks, and the reason is because I like this mouse very much. I like this shape very much. It's an ergo shape, very familiar to me. I've been playing ergo shapes or the Death Adder for, I don't know, 6-7 years. So ergo is what I'm familiar and accustomed with, so no problem with this shape at all. Remember, this mouse is actually a 3-year-old design. I think the Glorious Model D came out in 2020, and it's crazy how this mouse isn't as popular as it should be. That's what I'm really quite amazed about. Now, the first thing I want to check in is the battery life. This battery lasts for 5 days straight. Hardcore gaming, 16 hours a day with the RGB turned on. RGB turned on at 10%. However, I don't want it to be overpowering bright. I don't want it to draw too much attention. I just want it to be in the background, so I put it at 10%, which is sufficient enough to pique my interest looking at the mouse. So that's you know, that's what I like about it. But the one thing that really pissed me off about the battery life is the charging. I swear to God, it takes 6 hours to charge this to full battery life. I don't know why this is a thing. Even by 2020 standards, it's unacceptable. I remember in 2020, even my phone took 2 hours to charge. Why would this take 6 hours to charge when it has a battery 10% the size of a mobile phone, right? So that's my gripe. That is actually my only gripe with the mouse, to be honest with you. The size and shape, let's cover that. As an ergo mouse, this is a classic shape, and most ergo mouse lovers would be familiar with. It's a kind of a leaner version of the Death Adder. Imagine the Death Adder lost 5 pounds after a run, weighing in at only 69 grams. It's not that much different to a G Pro Superlight at 55 grams. When you're actually playing it, you don't really feel a lot of difference. I mean, there is a difference. 69 grams and 55 grams, it's like 15 gram difference. You feel a difference. If you're really looking for it, you feel the difference. The build quality, you cannot find any fault on the quality of the build. It has a really nice tactile feel of big box manufacturers. I mean, if you compare this to other branded mice like Death Adders, Razer and Logitech, it's no different. It feels almost perfect. I even like the RGB strips. I like it. I have it there. I have it that option. That's what I like about it. I'm not a big RGB guy. I don't have any RGB other mouse that's RGB other than my really old Death Adder, but I like the option. If it's there, I'm gonna turn it on. And and the holes, the honeycomb at the back, I'm indifferent to it. I don't hate it, I don't love it, but it sets it apart from other mouses, so I don't mind it at all. The coating, however, this is the best part of the mouse that I like. In my opinion, I feel like out of all the mouses that I've tried, this is the best coating. I don't need grips, and this is a big deal for me. I do not need rubber grips or any kind of grips. This is a big deal because I have very clammy hands and sweaty fingertips. I don't know if you can see it. I already have some damp fingertips even as I'm shooting this video. It's already building up. The sweat is already building up. It's just wet and sweaty all the time, even in air conditioned situations. That's just how my hands work. So for me, this surface is absolutely great. It does not leave any smudges like the Endgame Gear XM2WE, but you do need to clean it every 4 or 5 days, which is fine with me because every time you charge it, I suppose, which is every 5 days, and you clean your mouse at the same time, so it works out good for me. After about 2-3 days, there will be a shiny spot where you rest your fingers, where you rest all the places where you rest your fingers. There will be a shiny spot, and then after 4 or 5 days, that shiny spot will have a little dark circle around it because the dirt is building up around it. So it's good to clean it every 5 days, and it works great for me. Now the buttons, they are tight, they are soft, they are crispy, they are not optical, so they don't make any kind of loud decisive clicks. As far as buttons go, they perform great, and I have no complaints at all, to be honest with you. It's just great for me. Now the feet are the first thing I changed on the mouse, and I switched out to the Tiger Eyes V2 dots, and I switched them out to a different position outside of the designated skates area, which is this 4 corners here. It's because of the official position, right? It's kind of sunken in compared to where the bottom of the mouse is. This is the flat surface of the mouse, but where the pads are, they are sunken in a little bit. So if you put your dots in there, they are kind of like lower, and so just a little bit of the pads are going to be sticking out if you stick them. If you stick them into the corners, they are sunken in, so it's not a good place to put it. I had them there in the beginning. I had 4 dots down there, but I found especially if you're using extra soft mouse pads, like the Artisan mouse pads Extra Soft, these sharp edges will dig into the pad. Well, they won't dig in, but they will make a scratchy sound. So, and it's clearly audible, especially when you're aggressively swiping left to right, just because, you know, it's sunken in. So I removed the dots from that official positions, those four corners, and I stick them out to the side where the mouse actually is flat. So I put 6 dots, and now it is just absolutely perfect. But you know, this shouldn't be an issue for a company that is professional, that's making mouses. They should know this, and they shouldn't have pads that are too thin and have these edges here. They don't work really well on Extra Soft pads. They work fine with medium hardness pads and hard pads, but Extra Soft pads, they're just going, you know, squishy pads, you're just going to have that scratchy sound when you're swiping across. So I think, you know, even the new glorious D2 Pro, the D2s or the O2s Pros, they have the same design. So I expect those new mouses to have this scratchy sound as well if you are playing them on squishy pads like Artisan Extra Soft. So keep that in mind if you're thinking of planning to buy an glorious, the new D2 Pros or whatever. But anyway, that is my official review of the D2 Not Pro. But let's talk about the value, the last thing I want to talk about. It's a great price for an $80 mouse. I think this is absolutely out of the park. This is the one to get. If you're not after 2K, 4K, KKK, you get an RGB and a white colorway, which the new one isn't. Those new mouses, they're black color. I think the rest of the world is already moving away from black color mouses. We want color in our life. We want some action in our life. We want vibrant colors. We want pinks, yellows, blues, turquoises, you know, matcha colors, whatever. Anything other than black is what the market is looking for. So glorious. I hope you guys get some more colors into your life, you know, and maybe send me one I can review. Anyway, I hope you took some useful information out of this video, and I hope you gained something from it. Anyway, that's my video for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.